Well, Ben, what do you feel like you guys got to do this week to get back on the right track?
You know, there's a lot of little things I guess that could go into it. You know, it goes back to doing simple better, being more intentional in our practices. You know, like taking everything seriously because you know the things that you do in practice show up in the game. So like really going back and looking at, you know, practice tape. It turns out that you do the exact same thing in the game. So just the intentionality of what we're doing every day.
Obviously, it didn't work out in the end, but it just seemed like there was kept bringing out some new tricks out of the bag in this last one. Just as far as offensive game planning and stuff and different plays, was that kind of fun to use some of the different plays?
Yeah, it's always fun. You know, us as an offense, we have our identity, but at the same time, like we like to have fun with what we do. So throwing in a changeup every now and again that complements our fastball is always fun.
With Blake's status kind of up in the air a little bit for this week, what's the confidence in Kyron? I mean, you know, he stepped up in a big spot on Thursday.
And Kyron's got the same abilities. I mean, he, like you saw in the game, he came in and didn't skip a beat. So the confidence that the offense has in Kyron is second to none. We're ready for him to play if he needs to.
This may sound crazy, but you're back on a normal week, you know, normal week schedule. Is there anything to that? I mean, is that just kind of getting back to the normalcy of playing on Saturday?
Okay, so it was weird last week. Every day that normally would have been that day
Right.
in a normal game week, I thought it was like Wednesday night. I thought there was a Wednesday practice on a Monday,
Yeah.
and I kept thinking we had class or something. It was like the weirdest thing. Like my days were off by 2 the whole week.
Yeah.
So it feels good to be back on track, I guess.
Is there anything to that? Just kind of back to normal?
Yeah, just back to normal. My class schedule is pretty simple. Like I take some online classes, so it felt the same for me, but I'm sure for other guys it felt different. But it was weird having the 2-day difference in my head
Yeah.
for a couple days.
What do you see from this Kansas team?
I mean, you see a team that's a really good team. You know, they're really good defensively. They fight hard. You know, nothing but good things to say about them.
Yeah, Apu said it's not last year's Kansas team. You have to almost remind yourself of that, or you see that on tape.
I mean, I feel like that's ever since I've been here, at least, we go into, you know, Kansas historically, you know, maybe not the best team, but we tell ourselves every year that this is not the same Kansas team as it was the year before. And I think that keeps guys focused, and I think, you know, it holds a lot of truth to it. So I think going into it with the mentality that they're the best team in the Big 12 might be necessary.
You're both coming into this week with a 2-game losing streak. Do you think you're going to see that on Saturday, just by the hunger on both sides?
Are you asking if there's hunger on both sides?
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. No one likes to lose 2 straight. Losing 2 straight is obviously difficult and hard. And you start kind of looking in the mirror more and questioning things. But, you know, it's just coming back to the doing simple better and being more intentional and doing the right things. And, you know, what you do off the field is just as important as what you do on the field. And it's really about getting back on track.
They make a big deal out of homecoming here. You played in a few homecoming games. Is that a big deal for y'all at all?
I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, there's always so much going on around the facility. I feel like homecoming is just a thing that we get on top of everything. So I'm, you know, happy it's homecoming. Glad there's going to be a lot of people here. But I guess we're still focused on football.
Ben, until Blake got hurt, did you feel like he was maybe playing some of his best football? I mean, he just seemed like he was on. I mean, really 2 games in a row that he's been really, you know, sure with his passing and everything.
Yeah, I felt like Blake was hitting his stride, and I think that holds true for the entire offense. I feel like we're starting to put up good numbers, and we're starting to do the right things, and starting to clean up the mistakes as far as penalties and maybe some execution stuff. But yeah, Blake was playing his tail off, so props to him.